Good evening once again. I am your presenter, So Anna Benjamin, and this is EmoNews for October 1st, 2025. Welcome to a new month. In the headlines this evening, 4 contestants vie for the crown at the 2025 National Madame Wop Duet Pageant. The World Bank approves US $25 million urban resilient flood investment project. Earthquake of magnitude 6.0 hits off Indonesia's Java Island, and US government shuts down.
World Prayer Music Festival, are you ready?
Dominica, I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so. Sing for me. 1, 2. She want that up. She said that up. She get like up. She like that up. She want it. Let's go.
First up in local news, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit announced at a recent press conference that there will be a delay in implementing Dominica's new minimum wage originally set for October 1st. The Prime Minister explained that the delay is because of Cabinet's decision that the proposed rate set by the review committee can be improved.
You may have a delay in its implementation because of the additional work. Okay. But if there's a delay, it will not be a dramatic delay, because one of the requests coming from the Employers Federation was for a time lapse. And as a matter of fact, they were suggesting that it should come into effect on the 1st of July next year to allow for the transition.
The Prime Minister further emphasized that a further delay may result from a request by the Dominica Employers Federation to allow a time lapse for the rates to take effect so that employers may prepare adequately.
There are many employers in the country who are already paying people beyond what the law stipulates as the minimum. So there are people who don't have to make any transition. They're already doing so. It might not be as significant as it is. But I believe everyone in the country, every employer in the country would want to agree that the minimum wage increase is a bit delayed, and we give reasons why it is delayed. And so while we will take into consideration the specific requests of the Employers Federation, but I do not believe that the dramatic extension will be justified in this circumstance.
In more local news, members of the Executive Board of the Dominica Association of Teachers, DAT, took to the streets on Tuesday for DAT on the Streets, an initiative which asked random members of the public to recognize any teacher who has had a profound impact on their lives. While many were shy and ran away from the camera, many more embraced the opportunity to reminisce on their school days and thank teachers who have impacted them positively. Ms. Kathleen John Baptist of the DAT said that the initiative is part of the DAT's goal to honor teachers. She called on parents to utilize the opportunity presented on Thursday to send a token of appreciation to their child's teacher.
It's Teachers Week, and our theme this year is that the transformation of education begins with teachers. And if the education system is really to transform, it must begin with the teachers. As I said earlier, teachers are the bedrock of our society. Anything that we want to have change, we must ensure that teachers are engaged in the process. And in this engagement, teachers want to feel valued. And this is why we are out here today. We just wanted the general public to shout out teachers, to let teachers know that even after years, persons still recall the impact that they had on their lives.
Ms. Jean-Baptiste also outlined the plans for the week.
We are going to continue with our activities. On Wednesday, we are going down to the north at Carla's Lounge, and we are also going to Concord, where we are having a karaoke night for teachers. We will also be having our karaoke night at the Realm come Thursday evening from 7 o'clock for teachers in the south and in the western and central parts of Dominica. And on Friday, it is Teachers' Day. We start the day off with worship and prayer and thanksgiving at the Cathedral Church, as well as show our appreciation for teachers who have worked tirelessly throughout the year. Then we move on to the St. Gerard's Hall, where we'll have a series of activities, teachers showcasing their talents. We will also have with us some live local entertainment, and it will just be an opportunity for teachers to interact with one another, to form networks, just to have a collective good time in our local language.
EmoNews. At the handing of a ceremony of homes in Soufriere, the Honorable Melissa Popon-Skerrit, Minister of Housing, emphasized the importance of keeping promises to the people. She highlighted the significant construction of homes funded by the Citizenship by Investment Program, CBI, across Dominica, with approximately 240 units currently on the way. Minister Popon-Skerrit discussed the benefits of the CBI program, noting its role in lifting people out of poverty and building resilient homes capable of withstanding Category 5 hurricanes.
We are here today to celebrate a milestone in one of the most beautiful resettlements in Dominica, in Savannah, Scotland. There were countless moments of sacrifice of the builders, contractors, the developers, and engineers working to build these wonderful homes that are now gifted to the residents of Scotland. And this represents a fulfillment, a promise which was made to the people of Scotland and a promise fulfilled today to the people of Scotland. I say this to you, when we make a promise, we deliver. Even though it may be delayed, a promise made is a promise kept. And so I want to remind everyone today that these homes were built with funds from the CBI program. And it's not just here. We have many other housing sites under construction across Dominica, all funded by the CBI program. About 240 units are under construction. Just last week, you would have seen that we handed over 16 homes to families of Eggleston. Today, we're in Scotland, where 21 families are officially being handed over these homes.
The housing minister encouraged residents to take pride in their surroundings and to continue investing in the care of their homes and community. She made a heartfelt call for unity, urging all to stand together with one vision, purpose, and determination to build a Dominica that is clean, respected, and developed.
Such a gift as this has to be nurtured and it has to be cared for. Its attributes must be preserved and its features, benefits, and output must be sustained as our foreparents did, for our future generations, as well as it must provide for your present needs today. So as you settle into your new home, you are under the obligation to keep these homes in good repair, to develop and maintain the stunning landscape, to ensure that all debris, waste, and rubbish are well managed and disposed of in an appropriate manner, and that you control all overgrown vegetation around and within the settlement. We want to instill a sense of belonging, a sense of pride, and that none of you become a nuisance to each other or behave in an offensive manner towards your neighbor, that we don't get calls to the Ministry of Housing that the neighbor is playing loud music at 4 o'clock in the morning and their granny cannot sleep. These are the types of calls that we get in the Ministry of Housing. We want everyone to live in peace and together in a community, and to resist the temptation to fight or to complain or to disturb each other over simple misunderstandings.
The Carolina Council is pleased to announce its partnership with the Pawanka Fund, an indigenous-led grant-making fund which strives to support and empower indigenous peoples around the world. Under this partnership, the Carolina Council will receive funding for an initial program for a period of 2 years, 2025 to 2027. The Council has secured a major partnership with the Pawanka Fund, a global indigenous-led organization based in Nicaragua. The fund, founded in 2014 during the UN World Conference on Indigenous Peoples, supports indigenous communities worldwide through grants and knowledge sharing. Through this partnership, the Carolina Council has received a $30,000 grant to revitalize traditional knowledge, including cassava production, basket weaving, traditional medicine, and youth skill building. The fund will also sponsor Chief Annette Sansford's participation at the upcoming International Indigenous Women's Summit in Brazil, held alongside COP30 in 2025. Chief Sanford says the partnership strengthens ties with indigenous peoples globally and thanked Pawanka Chair Dr. Myrna Cunningham for the support. Chief Sanford also extends sincere thanks to former Dominica Ambassador to the UN, Crispin Gregoire, who facilitated and organized the 2014 World Conference on Indigenous Peoples and assisted in leveraging this partnership with the Pawanka Fund. Fanelia Lawrence Keynes, representing La Plaine and Warner, was crowned Belle Matador 2025 at Saturday night's at Nexus Belle Matador contest. She also won Best Talent and Best in Wob to secure a triple crown. Anna Brewster of Petite Savane and Bellevue Chopin placed first runner-up, while Vida Challenger of St. Paul was second runner-up and winner of Best Introductory Speech. In the junior category, Zena Dupi-Lecky of Portsmouth captured the Team Matador 2025 title. The evening featured cultural performances by Know Our Culture and the Coliho Boys International Lapo Kabwit Band, followed by a lively dance party with DJ Lolo. The event, hosted by AdNexus, Association of Dominicans in the Northeast USA, continues to highlight Dominican talent and cultural pride while supporting education, entrepreneurship, and community outreach. And congratulations to all the winners. In more news, at a special general meeting on Saturday, September 27th, the Executive Committee of the Dominica Calypso Association, with the exception of Curtis Joey Lloyd, voluntarily resigned to ensure constitutional compliance and pave the way for fresh elections. In a statement delivered by President Davidson Victor, the 8 outgoing members thanked the membership for the opportunity to serve, emphasizing that their decision was made with humility and respect. According to the Constitution, Lloyd was confirmed as caretaker executive member, tasked solely with organizing and overseeing elections set for Saturday, October 11, 2025. The transition has been described as a moment of renewal, highlighting the association's commitment to accountability, transparency, and service to Dominica's Calypso community. Speaking to Q95 News, Lloyd clarified that the resignations were not linked to recent controversy and expressed confidence that the upcoming elections will proceed smoothly. The Fisheries Division recently hosted a training workshop at the Rosa Fisheries Complex for data collectors. The program covered fish identification, communication with fishers, use of handheld smart devices for data capture, and personal development, including professionalism and field safety. Officials said the training was aimed at improving fisheries monitoring, strengthening data quality, and supporting sustainable marine management. The division thanked participants and facilitators and expressed confidence that the initiative will have a positive impact on the fisheries sector. In more news, the National Development Foundation of Dominica, NDFD, is honored to be a platinum sponsor of Miss Zibadija Maxwell Green Innovation Summit Champion 2025, young entrepreneur and passionate advocate for culture and innovation. On October 29, 2025, Miss Maxwell will take the stage as a contestant in the 2025 National WAP Duet Pageant, proudly representing creativity, resilience, and the vibrant spirit of Dominica.
This year, NDFD is supporting Miss Zebediah Maxwell, a contestant in the Miss WAP 2025. Miss Maxwell is the NDFD's Green Innovation Summit champion, and as part of our traditional support, we continue to support these entrepreneurs in their activities in terms of their holistic development. Miss Maxwell is an entrepreneur and a small business owner, and we hereby stand with her in support of her thrust towards enhancing her personal development and her own business development in that quest. The show is scheduled for October 29, and we invite all Dominicans to come in, support the show, support Miss Maxwell in her quest to be Miss WAP 2025. We believe she's an excellent candidate, and she will do well to represent us in that event.
We wish Miss Maxwell continued success as she inspires others through her dedication and accomplishments.
My name is Zebediah Maxwell, contestant number 7 in the Miss WAP Duet 2025 pageant. I am proudly sponsored by my platinum sponsor, the National Development Foundation of Dominica, NDFD, leaders in small business, financing, and supports. I am also the champion of the Green Innovation Summit, made possible by NDFD and also a small business owner, all supported by the National Development Foundation of Dominica.
And finally, on the local scene, 4 contestants will vie for the crown at the National Madam WAP Duet Pageant 2025. Contestant number 1 is Mrs. Virginia Mendez. With 25 years in the travel industry, she is active in her Catholic community and enjoys gardening, swimming, and spending time with seniors. Contestant number 2 is Miss Cynthia Talbot from the community of Pishle. The proud mother of 4 is fulfilling her dream of entering the pageant. She loves meeting people, singing, dancing, and watching Nigerian movies. Contestant number 3 is Mrs. Angelica Gasper from Cassibruce, a mother of 3 and early childhood educator with 46 years of service. She is also a respected community leader and former village council chairperson. And contestant number 4 is Miss Evelina Blah, a daughter of Grantway now residing in Maho. She has 30 years in the beauty industry as owner of Everglow's Beauty Salon and is also active in event management, dancing, and philanthropy. The contestants will officially sash during the opening of Independence ceremony, with the pageant taking place on Wednesday, October 22nd at 8 p.m. at the Old Mill Cultural Center. We'll see you there, and we wish the ladies all the best. On the regional scene, the World Bank has approved a US $25 million urban resilient flood investment project to reduce flood risk in St. Lucia's most vulnerable communities, benefiting nearly 67,000 people. St. Lucia's steep terrain and densely populated coastal areas make it highly exposed to hurricanes, storm surges, and flooding. The project will strengthen disaster preparedness, improve early warning systems, and invest in climate-resilient infrastructure, including both engineering works and nature-based solutions like river restoration and green corridors. These investments are also expected to create new economic opportunities. Funded by the World Bank's International Development Association (IDA), with support from the EU's Resilient Caribbean program, the initiative reflects a global partnership to safeguard people, infrastructure, and livelihoods from climate change. And in more regional news, Caribbean Community CARICOM member states Barbados, Belize, Dominica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines will implement full free movement of their nationals among themselves from today, October 1st, 2025. This means that nationals of these 4 countries will not be limited to temporary entry of up to 6 months or to work under the CARICOM skills regime. Nationals from these 4 countries will be able to travel to any of these 4 countries to reside, work, and remain indefinitely with the right to access emergency and primary health care, as well as public, primary, and secondary education for their children. The decision by the 4 member states to implement full free movement ahead of the other member states was approved by CARICOM heads of government during their meeting in July 2025. This arrangement falls under the Enhanced Cooperation Protocol to the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, which provides for groups of at least 3 CARICOM member states to pursue deeper regional integration efforts among themselves, with the option for other member states to join later. The 4 member states have confirmed that all systems are in place for the smooth rollout of full free movement from October 1st. Key measures include indefinite stay stamp or digital record on arrival, registration systems to access services like health and education, security and health safeguards supported by CARICOM Impacts and APIS, complaints mechanism for nationals facing challenges at or after entry. With these systems ready, the 4 countries are prepared to effectively manage the new arrangements. And in international news, at least 69 people have died after a powerful 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Cebu province in the central Philippines late Tuesday, toppling homes, roads, and public buildings in an area still recovering from a deadly storm just days earlier. Authorities reported 14 deaths in Bogo City, where a landslide buried shanties in a mountain village. Another 12 fatalities occurred in Medley, where homes collapsed, while 5 others, including 3 Coast Guard officers and a firefighter, died in San Remigio after being crushed by falling walls during a basketball game. Rescue teams struggled to reach isolated villages due to cracked highways, damaged water systems, and widespread blackouts. Many residents spent the night in open fields, fearful of aftershocks. The earthquake's epicenter was located 19 kilometers northeast of Bogo at a shallow depth of 5 kilometers. A brief tsunami warning was issued but later lifted. Cebu Governor Pamela Barriquatro cautioned that the true scale of the destruction would only become clear in daylight. And finally, on the international scene, the U.S. government entered a shutdown after President Donald Trump and Congress failed to reach an agreement to fund operations before Wednesday's deadline. About 750,000 federal workers face furloughs or possible termination, while many offices may close permanently. Critical services, including education and environmental programs, are expected to be disrupted, though Medicare, Medicaid, and the Pentagon will continue to operate. This marks Trump's 3rd shutdown, fueled by deep political divisions. Democrats are demanding funding for expiring healthcare subsidies under the Affordable Care Act, while Republicans have refused negotiations. Trump has warned of irreversible actions and targeted program cuts in retaliation. Officials caution the shutdown could have wide economic consequences, disrupting benefit payments and contracts nationwide. Preparations include plans for furloughs and mass firings, with uncertainty over how long the closure will last. And that's it for international news. Stay tuned for the sports package after this brief message.
5 chances, 2 draws a week. Endless excitement. This is not just a game, it's your game. Match 5.
And in sports news, the CCCUL DCA 2025 Intermediate League continued with thrilling action over the weekend. On September 27th at the Botanic Gardens, Starlights defeated Dubla. Batting first, Starlights posted 145 all out, led by Silver Timothy's 72. Kate Augustine started for Dubla with 4 for 37, but they were bowled out for 78 with Ray Kazimi contributing 20. Julian Baptiste excelled for Starlights, taking 4 for 12. At Benjamin's Park, the Gladiators secured their first win, dismissing DCA Emerald Stars for 96. Gladiators chased the target with ease, finishing on 97 for 1. Jamie John Baptiste was unbeaten on 36, supported by Clemenson Leblanc 29 not out and Fabian Etienne 21. On Sunday at the Botanic Gardens, the DCA Emerald Ladies faced the Kalinago Blasters but fell short. Emerald was bowled out for 72 with Joel Durant taking 4 for 9. The Blasters dominated the chase, led by an unbeaten 56 from Dion Rule, securing victory in just 6.1 overs. And in more news, India opened their ICC Women's Cricket World Cup 2025 campaign with a 59-run victory over Sri Lanka in Guwahati. Despite a middle innings collapse of 124 for 6, Amanjot Kaur was 57 not out, and Dipti Sharma forged a vital 103-run partnership, setting up a strong total. Dipti Sharma, along with contributions from Sneerana, guided India to victory. Amanjot credited calm and teamwork for the win, saying, "We knew we could get a decent total. Now we take it one game at a time." India will face Pakistan in Colombo on Sunday. Sri Lanka's Inokan Ranawira took 4 wickets and noted positives despite the loss, as they prepare to meet reigning champions Australia in their next match. And that's it for the sports package this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service after this brief message.
I raised up in a poor family, I would say. So it was always my dream. I said that's the first thing I want to achieve after settling into a job. I want to own a home. Biggest fear, I would say, on a little salary, you want to build a home. Who is going to give you a loan to build a home on a little salary? So that was my biggest fear. I went to NBD to get something done, not thinking of going to do a mortgage with NBD. And surprisingly, the person I met was an old friend. She listens, she gets into your story, and I could not resist. I just had to go with NBD. My home building journey was a smooth one. I had good builders, And when you can trust certain people with your money, because we see what happened now when you give people your money to build. But these people were people I could trust. Hug me, hug me. We did this. And I was like, I was so happy. I was just thankful. So getting in here to sign while I was teary, I was happy. It may not be a mansion, but it's comfort for you. And I was just so happy. Just putting on that light, I was just happy. To come in there and watch what they did, I was overjoyed. I am Lynn Bellot, and I am a homeowner. If I can do it, you can do it too. Start your journey today with NBD.
This has been EmoNews Package for October 1st, 2025. I am your presenter, Anna Benjamin. Thanks for viewing.